Hey everyone, welcome back. So today's video is a little bit different. Obviously, it is not a speed build. I went ahead and got the new pack that was released, and I have to say it is my favorite pack, I think, that has ever come out for The Sims 4. So here you can see I just moved my Sim self into this apartment from the gallery, had her quit her politician job and joined the interior designer job. And once you do that, you then have to go and select a gig. It is like a freelancer career job, and you do have to go with them. Well, I guess you don't have to, but it is an active job. So obviously I choose to go with them because I like designing. That's kind of why I love this pack. So you do have certain things that you need to do. You need to, introduce yourself to the clients, talk to them, and it'll have the little icon for the decorating next to the conversation tasks that are going to help you or hurt you, depending on which way you choose to go. I wanted to help this family. This is her first gig, no friends, no reputation, no experience. So you just have to go around and keep asking the questions until you get all three of the client likes and dislikes filled in. As you go further up in the job, you do have the option to kind of sway their opinion on things, which was kind of cool, but at this one I didn't have that unlocked yet. So the basic one you get is just to redesign a room. So you can choose any room in the house you want to do. I chose to do the double bedroom, and I tried to follow what was given to me, but it doesn't really help for designing this time. You do need to take before pictures. You're only required to take 3. I have been taking 5 just to get her photography skill up as well, because one of her likes is photography, so that makes sense. You start out with a budget, but if you go through and delete the items that are in the area you're redecorating, it adds to the budget. I'm not really sure if it is depreciated value or full value. I haven't even looked at that, to be honest, but whatever. It is what it is. So I tried not to look at any of the other review videos for this pack before I was able to play it for myself. So I spent a lot of time just going through the different furniture and the different items that were released, just seeing, what was available. I did in the menu select to only see this new pack's furniture. And I also did this room without any cheats on. So I don't have any move object cheats on. I wanted to see really how the items fit in with each other, and I found it really fun. This style is definitely IKEA. Like, um, it is that sleek, modern, boxy style of furniture. I know that there are some people that don't like it, but this is definitely right up my alley. So I, just played around with the modular furniture a little bit, played around to see what items would snap into the modular furniture without using the red shelf. And like I said, I didn't have my cheats enabled for this at all. I also didn't have any of my mods for building installed in the game when I was doing this, because I really did just want to see what this pack could truly do. If you are not into building or interior design, this is not the pack for you. But if you are, oh my god. They gave us stuff for literally every room. I don't think that's ever happened before, at least not to this extent. I mean, the amount of items that were given to us, of course, a lot of them are just different styles of the same item. Like you have the square and the more rounded style of all the tables, desks, modular furniture, and then of course there are a lot of beds. But we get 2 complete kitchen sets. That is incredible. Like, one kitchen set alone, even though we only see like 1 countertop and 1 cabinet, it's actually like 11 items per that 1 item we see because of all the different styles you can have or something like that. So this pack is huge in my opinion. I think it was worth the price, but again, this is something that's very much up my alley. I kind of had hoped that it would be part of a bundle, but Origin was kind of acting up when it released, and it took me nearly 45 minutes to even be able to buy the pack after it was released, so I didn't want to wait any longer to see if the bundle thing not working was a glitch, because I did have the option in the checkout menu, but then when I went to the bundle screen, I couldn't add it. So Yeah, I was just like, whatever, it's $17.99 because I have the EA Play discount. I was like, I'm getting it, don't care. So this is the fully decorated room that I went with. It's pretty simple, and then these are the after pictures that I took. I did learn that if you take a different amount of after pictures and before pictures, you can only choose ones that match up. So if you take 3 before pictures, you can only use 3 after pictures or vice versa. So I thought that was pretty interesting to learn. And on this lot, she kept changing in and out of her bathing suit because they technically like enter the water when they go down the stairs. So that was a little bit annoying. But then when you're all done, you can call the clients back and it becomes a gold event. Gold as in like, hey, you scored a goal, not like gold as in the color. um, so you choose the option to reveal, and then it does the slideshow, which I thought was really well done. I liked how it plays. This is it right here. I just think the transitions are so cool, and it's kind of what you get to see on those interior design home show programs. So I thought that was really neat. One of my clients decided to take a little nap, you know, no big deal. Then you have to wait a couple minutes before you can actually interact with anyone or anything. And you do have to show them certain items. So, you know, I think it's only 3. I've only ever had 3. It might go up or down, but I've done larger families and smaller families at this point, and I've only ever had to show them 3 items. And then you have to interact with the clients 5 times, and then you just kind of hang out until they're ready to give you your review. One thing I do like about this game pack as well is that it's not easy. Spoiler alert, I completely failed this one. I did not make a single simoleon from this job. I just flat out failed. They did not pay me. My reputation went down, and I thought I did a good job. Like, I followed all of their recommendations that had nothing to do with what they liked. The only really design feature was I didn't include any orange, so I don't know why I failed, but I did. So like you can see the client yelling at me there, and you do have to talk to all of them, and then your overall score is just like a median of how all of your clients in the lot react. So that's pretty cool as well. Um, Another one that I've done later on, I did a bedroom redo, and it was for a little girl, but I still had to talk to everyone in the house, but I kind of only went with what the little girl wanted. I ended up doing really well, but here you can see how I made no money off of that whatsoever. They were so mad. They're like, we're disappointed, we're never gonna hire you again. But another spoiler, they do call me back to see if I can um, improve my reputation, which I thought was a cool feature. Well, those that you fail will do that, and also those that love what you do will also do that. They rehire you, and you get more knowledge from them when you get to go back to the same family because you already have that rapport with them. So I thought that feature was really cool. It was unexpected. Ignore my sim peeing on the toilet, please. I decided to redo her apartment a little bit. Obviously, again, I didn't use any cheats, so it was just with the funds she had got from that job. But I really wanted to play around with the new furniture a little bit, so I redid a little bit of her bedroom, um, minor things in the bathroom, and then I went ahead and actually redid the whole kitchen and dining area here, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think I might have lied to you. I think at this point I do turn move objects on because I couldn't get the upper cabinet to snap to where I needed it to. So, whoops, my bad. But uh, other than that, I hadn't used any cheats up until this point. I did not record me doing the living room area because I ended up waiting until she had a few more jobs under her belt and a little bit more money, and then I went and played with the sectional sofas and the TV stands and all that stuff, but I really like that as well. And it does have the auto couch feature like the auto counters or auto bunk beds do, but you can't select it until you're actually placing the couch, which confused me a little bit at first because I was looking for that just menu UI button, but it didn't appear until I was actually playing with the couches, and I think that's because the UI button is for bunk beds. So I understand that, and it wasn't a big deal. It just confused me for a little bit, and that was probably my own stupidity and lack of sleep or whatever. But yeah, I figured it out in the end. It's all good. And the couches, they're the same price, but they're two different styles, which I like as well. One is that more tuft look with the buttons pressed into the furniture, and one is more smooth. I'm personally a fan of the more smooth look, but I do appreciate that they're the same price, because then you can just choose the style you like, opposed to, oh, my sim can only afford this one, or they can't afford that one. And playing with these island counters and new chairs was fun too. You could see I made that funky little oval shape going on. I thought that was nice. And all three seats work. I've been playing with her for, the entire day now. But this is the second gig that I sent her on. And this one I actually choose to talk to the client more because I did fail the last one. I didn't want to fail this one as well. Kind of like a blow to my self-esteem or whatever, since this is what I do. I build and design. Oh my god, the Sims don't like what I do. So I did get to know him. I talked with him a little bit, and I wanted to see if the images that they show on the iPad or tablet, whatever, have anything to do with what they actually want. So I paid attention to the pictures he showed me, but I've realized from future gigs that they are all exactly the same. So what is on the Sims tablet has no implication to what they actually like or dislike. It's just, the same moving images over and over again. But I was curious to see if that would be a thing. And if you pay attention to the bubbles that pop up above their head while you're doing like just regular talking information, that will give you clues, because like they'll talk about whether they like fitness, whether they like cooking, whether they're a painter, things like that. So it was kind of cool to play around with that a little bit after these first two initial gigs. But as you can see, this time I actually became friends with the client before I sent him away, and I chose to redo the bathroom here. It was a little bit smaller of a job, but I thought that this bathroom was pretty hideous, actually. It like very late 70s, early 80s to me, with that like super stuffy feel, especially with the upper cabinets in the bathroom. I don't know, that's no offense if that's something you're into. It is just not my jam. Um, it was a little bit harder doing the bathroom because the budget was so small. As you can see, after I deleted all the furniture, I only had about 4,000 simoleons to work with, which for a bathroom is not a lot. um, I also played around with the style preferences. If you click on the style preference through where it says the client information, you get a lot more items than if you go to the menu on the right hand side of the build by menu. I don't know if that's a bug, a glitch, if they just haven't tagged things properly, but I kept playing around with it with different styles and the different builds I've done today, and you definitely get much more items going into the bubble in the upper left hand corner opposed to the menu in the bottom right hand corner. So little tip there, always use the client buttons if you want to see specific things. The only one that doesn't work better that way would be the color swatches, because when you click in the color option through the build by menu, it will actually show you the icon in that color. When you click on the client bubble for that color, it'll just show you the default swatch in the menu, and then you have to click into the selected color that you want. So not a huge deal, but that was the only one I noticed wasn't significantly better by clicking through the client wanted menu. And in this one, I wanted the style that he wanted in the house, obviously, but I branched out of just the new pack items. There's not a lot of bathroom items, to be fair, anyhow, and I wanted to keep the counter look going, and there is no countertop sink in this patch, or this pack, so I did have to change that a little bit, but I was really excited to like play around with this one, kind of decorate it how I would if I were actually building a house in The Sims, go more along that style, what's comfortable to me. And then I realized towards the end that I was out of money, so I had to rethink some things and delete some items, but it worked out. I did really good at this job. I don't think I got a tip, but I do think I got promoted. No, I got promoted after the next job. The next job I did was at the goth house. Um, Another bug that I've noticed is when you go to renovate an apartment, you have to completely close out of your game and then reopen the game in order to be able to knock on the door to be let into the apartment. Um, I did tweet at the Sims team. I'm sure it's something a lot of other people have noticed, so hopefully they'll get that patched relatively quick, but that's the only real bug that I've come across. I'm sure there are others. This pack, like I said, is massive. Obviously there are going to be some issues. It does look as if they play tested most of it, but obviously some things are gonna slip through the cracks, like the whole pack that was released with no toilets, that sort of thing, you know? Yeah, let's not talk about that. But yeah, the apartment one is the only truly annoying one that I've seen so far. I had another one where I chose to do a level renovation, and when it sent me to the client, it was just a generic room renovation. So not sure what that was about. When I went to do a second level renovation, it was fine. So I don't know if that was a one-off or whatever, but it happens. And it took a little bit more interactions with just this one sim to get his reaction. I think it's easier when there are multiple sims, easier to get them to the final review anyhow, because they can wander around and do their own thing, opposed to having to constantly interact with you. But like I said, I did do really well at this one, so that was good. Apparently I can do bathrooms better than I can do bedrooms. I could have told you that before this pack was released. But yeah, that is my overall review and first impression of this pack. Like I said, for me, totally worth the money. It is right up my alley, but if you are not into interior design, this is not for you. You know, not every pack is for everyone, but I truly liked it. And yeah, this is me doing great on my thing. So thank you for stopping by and watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you like something different, and I will see you next time. Bye!